Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgia and I'm a knit and crochet designer. Today we're doing something a little bit different. So I am getting married in 2 months. It's just under 2 months actually, and I've got a hen do. So I'm having 3 hen do's. I've got one of my hen do's in just over 2 weeks. So it's currently Wednesday the 30th of November, and on Friday the 16th of December, so 2 weeks and 2 days from now, I am having one of my hen parties, my first hen party. I was trying to find a white dress and I couldn't find one that I just really loved everything about. So I decided to make one, right? When I ordered the yarn, I ordered this like a week and a half ago and it got delayed. So it's only just come, and that's why I've got such a little amount of time. But I do think I can do it. So I'm going to document it on here. I'm going to show you everything, show you how I'm getting on, and hopefully this won't be a fail. So I've never worked with, I don't even think I've ever worked with drops yarn before. So I've always wanted to work with like more of these like luxury yarns, but drops is actually really affordable compared to some other brands out there. So I got this off of Wool Warehouse, and they're both alpaca yarns. This one says it's an all-time favorite, 100% alpaca, and apparently alpaca is supposed to be non-itchy, which is why I got it. And then this one is Drops brushed alpaca silk. I'm so excited for this. A luxurious blend of brushed alpaca and mulberry silk, like as if this has got silk in it. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see this because of the light, but look how stunning this yarn is. So the plan is to hold one strand of this and one strand of this together. It's going to be really lightweight. I've got a whole bag, so hopefully we have enough, otherwise that could be a bit of a disaster. But yeah, time to get my knitting needles and cast on. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe if you feel like it. But let's get going. So I'm using 5mm needles, and I am going to make a gauge swatch. I know loads of people think it's a waste of time, but if I don't do a gauge swatch and just wing it and then do it wrong, I will waste way more time. So I am just going to do like a little one just to make sure I'm happy with the needle size, because the alpaca silk recommends a 5mm needle, but to me, like, it's really thin. So I'm using a 5mm needle with them together, and this recommends a 3mm needle, so we'll see how that goes. I did want to do like a really intricate design, but I just don't think I've got the time for that. So this is my rough drawing. It's pretty straightforward. I want to do a really baggy, oversized fit. I want it to be quite short, and I'm going to wear it with long black boots up to the knee, and then a nice high neck. And you can see I've got some details there on the arms, so I'm hoping to do like a gap here so you can see a little bit of my arm. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, that's the plan. So just to give it a little something, so you know it's a bit more than just a standard stockinette jumper dress, because at the moment that's what it's looking like. So I'm hoping it will give it a little bit of a party vibe, but we'll see, I guess. So if I've only done a miniature swatch, because I don't need to know the length, because I can do that as I go. But I have never worked with a yarn like this before. It's so effortless. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I'm just in shock. I can't believe I've waited this long to get Drops yarn, because this yarn would usually, like this sort of yarn would usually be out of my price range, but each ball of yarn was like £3, which is like amazing. I don't know how they do it, but I don't know if you can see the detail, but the gauge looks pretty much perfect to me. Like, it's not going to be see-through. This is the back, the pearl side. So yeah, I'm gonna undo this and cast on properly. Okay, so I'm in my bedroom. My boyfriend's gaming in the other room, so sorry if you can hear that. But it's 2 days later, so it's now the 2nd of December, and this is how far I've got with the dress. I'm slightly concerned that it's going to be too thin, but the measurements are right. It just looks too thin to me, and it's really hard to tell while it's on the needles, so I just keep knitting. I think because I won't have time to adjust it if it is too small, I'll have to add in some stitches like on the edge, but if that happens then we can deal with that at the end. I'm really loving the fact that it's not sheer, like it's pretty much completely opaque, because I was worried that it would be see-through, which is why I'm holding the two yarns held together, but that's completely fine, and it's so soft and fuzzy and thick, and it is going to be so warm. One thing I want to point out is that this is how much of the brushed alpaca I have left, so not a lot. Obviously I've got way more balls of yarn, but compared to the other alpaca yarn, this is how quickly I've got through each one. So this one goes a lot further, and I'm probably going to end up having loads of this left over at the end, but obviously that's not a bad thing because this, I could use this for so many things. For a couple of days of knitting, I don't think that's too bad. Obviously I haven't been knitting non-stop, so I think even though the stitches are quite small, I've got quite far. And I'll update you in another few days. Hey guys, don't mind this weird camera angle. It is now the 5th of December, so I've got 11 days to go. And why am I out of breath? This is how much I've done. I think I've changed what I want to do. I'm not 100% sure. I might do a racer back. I might do sleeveless. I might not. I'm not sure. Like, I keep changing my mind, but I need to decide soon because it all depends what I do like on this section. So the further up I knit, like the closer I am to having to make that decision and stick to it. So hopefully I can decide soon, but I'm absolutely loving everything about it so far. And one of the reasons why I might change the design is just because of the amount of time I have. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time. Hey guys, it's the next day, so it's the 6th of December, and I've just had to undo quite a few rows, like, well, not that many, but like 5 rows, and I've got all this, hang on, all this yarn here. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I was knitting in the car the other day and I was trying not to look because it makes me feel sick, but obviously because I'm limited on time, I was like, I'm gonna knit in the car. And I was trying not to look as I knit, and I don't know whether I dropped a stitch without realising it. So then I know how to fix a dropped stitch, but for some reason like something weird happened and it was really frustrating and I couldn't fix it. So I just decided to undo the work and just like rip out the last 5 or so rows. So now I'm just sorting that out. I've got all my stitches back on the needle, but they're facing the wrong way round. So I don't know if you've ever had that where you've like ripped out some work and then you knit the stitches and like they feel kind of weird, and then when you finish working whatever you're working, you can see that the stitches are kind of like facing a random angle. I don't know if this makes any sense, but basically sometimes if you put the stitches back on your needle in the wrong direction, then the stitches can look twisted. What is going on? I've just dropped another stitch. Well, I haven't just dropped it. I think it was dropped from before. And I'm just using a crochet hook to fix it. But honestly, this is like, I do not have time for this. Yeah, I've barely got anything done, but tomorrow I've got a day off. So I'm gonna knit all day long. These are actually on my needle the wrong way round. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm just inserting the needle and then like turning the stitch around before I purl. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah. Also, this yarn is like, obviously it has like loads of little fibres you can see because it's like fluffy, and they keep getting stuck in my eyes, and I wear contact lenses, and It's really annoying and kind of uncomfortable, and like I keep feeling them on my face.
Is it Santa Claus?
This special clause stipulates that the farm cannot be sold under any circumstances.
Hey guys, so it's Wednesday the 8th of December and I am beyond annoyed. I got all the way, like I finished the front panel, got all the way to the top of the neck, because I'm doing like a roll neck, and I realised that it was too small and it wasn't going to fit over my head, so I've undone like the turtleneck section to go back so I can make that section bigger, and I thought didn't take that long, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But this yarn is so hard to frog because it just gets like tangled. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm just going to show you, but it looks a mess right now, and I'm like, I need to take a step away from it because I feel so stressed out, but at the same time I'm like, I can't take a step away from it because I'm running out of time. And I just realised it's not even Wednesday, it's Thursday today. So yeah, still on the front panel, and then obviously I've got all this seaming to do as well, and I just feel like really overwhelmed, and I really don't know if I can do this, whether I should just give up. I've got to leave for work in about an hour, so I wanted to get as much done as I can between now and then, but I don't know whether to just have a break from it or not. So sorry about the lighting, but this is what it's looking like. But the thing is, like, you can see here is like when you pull the yarn to undo stitches, like it's caught, like it's all basically all like tangled. So now, like on this row, I've just undone like multiple stitches, like on this stitch, and then like all of these are just hanging loose, and then like these are bind off stitches that I need to go back and add again to my needles. But like, this is literally my worst nightmare. I decided to leave it, and the next morning I dedicated half an hour to just fixing the problem, which you can see me doing here. Oh my god guys, I actually fixed it, so excuse me, but I've not long got out of bed and I was like, I just need to tackle this before I do anything else. So last night I did decide to just leave it alone. I was so annoyed, and this morning I got up and I was like kind of procrastinating a bit, just like scrolling through social media, and I was like, Georgia, you've got to do this right now. So I just spent like half an hour fixing it, and I'm on row 173, and last time row 174 was the last row before I could separate for the shoulders. So I'm going to do one more row and then I'm going to attempt to do the neck again, and this time I'm not getting it wrong. So here it is, and I actually can't believe I saved it, because for a moment there I honestly thought it was a goner. I would love to just sit there and knit all day long, but I'm getting my hair cut in like an hour or 2 hours, and I'm going out tonight, and I really wish the place I was going to I could take my knitting, but I just feel like it would seem a bit rude if I do that, so that sucks. But and I got quite a bit to do today, but tomorrow Dan's going out, so I'm gonna have, like, after I've finished work, I'm gonna have the whole day to myself. So I finish work at like 10 a.m. So I'll have like the whole day, and hopefully I'll get a good portion of the back panel done, and hopefully on Sunday as well. So I'll keep you updated as I go. Whenever I come on here to update you, I'm always in my pajamas basically, and no makeup, and my hair's freshly washed. But there were some unforeseen circumstances that happened. So basically my fiance's car had to go to the garage, and we just spent the whole day like running around and trying to sort that out. So it is now 4 p.m. and I thought I was gonna finish work at 10 a.m. and then get home and get showered and then like knit for the whole day, but it's now 4 p.m. and this is all I've done for my back panel. So, and it's now Saturday the 10th of December. The hen day is next Friday the 16th. I am stressed. Somehow it is 7:45, so it's been nearly 4 hours. I've got a plaster on my finger because my finger really hurts from the friction, and this is how much I've done in that time. So the ribbon takes a bit longer, the bottom section takes a little bit longer, so now that that's done I should overall be quicker. But I've done about 37 rows and I've got to do 198 rows. So I'm thinking if I can do 50 rows a day, that would only take me 4 days and then leave me a day or two for seaming. So yeah, that's my update for this evening. Monday the 11th of December, and I'm just coming on here to tell you that my arm hurts, like my bicep muscle actually hurts. Don't judge me, I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. This is the current situation. So I was meant to go to work this morning, but I ended up not having to go in. But I am going in tonight. So I've just literally ditched everything to try and get as much knitting done as I possibly can. And I've got 2 more rows to do until I can start the neck for the back panel. I've never knit this much in my life. So I do feel like my knitting work has got a little bit sloppy, like compared to the front panel. This is like not up to the standard of knitting that I usually do. It's just because I'm doing it so fast and I'm kind of keeping my gauge loose, so that it's just easy to like slip the stitches off the needle because it makes it faster, but it means that the stitches aren't as neat as normal. So I'll quickly show you. I suppose you can't really notice much difference, but this is the front panel and then this is the back panel. Obviously it looks smaller because it's on the floor, but when you put them side by side they are the same. So I had other things I wanted to do today, but I'm so close that I just really, you know, when the end is in sight, that you just want to keep going until you can finish it. So I'm really hoping that maybe today I might be able to finish it. Fingers crossed. Did I say it's Tuesday the 13th of December? Yeah, so we're like 3 days out. Wish me luck. Hey guys, I've got to be quiet because Dan's in bed because it's 11:15 at night on Tuesday the 13th. I'm not sure what the date is, but it's Tuesday. And I just tried on the dress as you would have just seen, and I've decided I'm going to crochet the edges. Hang on. So I've got to do a seam along here, and I've just got a crochet hook because I think I'll be faster. I'm worried that the dress is too short, so I want to do this now so I can see whether it is going to be too short or not. Okay guys, I can't lie, I'm kind of annoyed at myself because I kind of rushed that and I didn't do the best job. Also, it's way too short. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, but I think I'm going to wear it as a like top instead with like some leather look leggings because it's meant to be -4 degrees Celsius on the night that I'm going out in this dress and I'm going to be freezing. So I feel like maybe it was always meant to be this way, but I'm going to show you what it looks like anyway, and I haven't weaved in the ends yet. I'm just underwhelmed and it's all way too short. Like, I can't move because I'm gonna flash. I have an idea because I was worried about the cold anyway. So I thought I could wear my leather look leggings or maybe some black jeans or something. Definitely black, so just to This is actually a clip from my phone the next day after I weaved in all the ends. I tried on the dress with the boots and I actually really loved the way it looked. This is literally just me trying it on to see what it looks like, and yes, it's short, but I don't think it's too short. Okay guys, so I decided to wear it as a dress in the end. Dan is just defrosting the car, he's about to drop me off, and my mum said to me she thinks I'll regret it if I don't wear it as a dress, so she persuaded me and I've had it hanging up on a hanger for a few days to see if it will stretch. So here is the finished look, and yes, it didn't go to plan. We've got no sleeves and nothing really went right. I obviously didn't have the time. Mama. But I do feel really confident and really nice, and I am really pleased with how it turned out. So although it is very short and I'm a bit nervous, I just thought I'm going to go for it. So yeah, I'll give you a little 360. Nice deep arms because I love that. And it's like a boxy fit. This is so easy to make, by the way, so if you want a tutorial, let me know. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, because I'm sure I will.